Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric, and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about how when I code, my mind is not in the office. All right, so last week I had somebody new in the office doing work experience. So work experience, if you don't know what this is where a student takes like a week out of the classroom and works on site someplace, like in an office or on a construction site. I guess it depends on what they're working on, and they'll work and try to help out and just gain experience, work experience. Maybe I didn't need to describe it. I think I had work experience when I was a teenager, but I don't think I ever did it. So anyway, so I had somebody in the office doing work experience, and I'm trying to keep them busy throughout the week, but I've also got all my other stuff to work on too, and we were also doing a lot of traveling last week, so to keep them busy. And then at the end of the week, I asked, so what do you think of all this? What do you think about working here and everything like that? And he said, I don't think I'm going to want to work in an office when I leave school. And I said, okay, well that's good. I guess that's what the experience is, to find out. You don't want to spend your whole time studying something and decide you don't like it. I remember when I was studying to be a teacher, going to university to be a teacher, I was taking occasional days and substitute teaching. And at that point I realized, after going through all the training, I don't think I'm going to like being a teacher. So I said, that's good. That's really good that you know that now. You don't want to work in an office. Can I ask, why would you not want to work in an office? And he said, because it's really, really boring, right? And part of me was like, oh, boring? Really? Here? How could you say that? How could you say that? But then I thought, actually, it is boring. It is boring working in an office. You don't really get anything new from working in an office. And the thing is, he and I had completely different experiences. For me, it was so hectic last week. There was so much going on, and it weren't enough hours to get everything done. And he sat here waiting for 5 o'clock because he didn't have enough to do. He wasn't engaged in it. And I started thinking about it. When I'm sitting over there at my computer, even though it might look like I'm not doing anything, I'm just looking at the screen, my mind is elsewhere. It's like I'm not even in the office at all. I'm not even here. I'm in the code. Like I'm thinking about different things. I got my mind's on the variables and the files and everything like that. My whole world is on the 27-inch monitor or whichever monitor I happen to be looking at the time. Or if I'm on a Skype conversation, my whole world is in that conversation, listening to what's going on. It's like you get into the flow of it, and you're constantly looking at the clock on the wall, thinking, how much more time do I got? I got a meeting in 20 minutes. Can I get this done in 20 minutes? And it's just go, 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 go. And it's like really, really hectic, and there's just not enough time to get it done. And I love the pace of all that kind of stuff, but that's because I'm engaged in it. I'm in the code. And as a software developer, I think we have that special situation where we can get into it and get into the flow, and it's almost like, it's not like we don't even need anything around us. Like I said, we're listening to music, for example. We did a video about this. When you start listening to music, it helps you get into the flow state. But many times when you're coding, the album ended like 3 hours ago, and you're just like, you don't even realize, because you're in there, right? You just, at one moment, everything else just fades away, and you're just on the code and everything, which is why interruptions are such a difficult thing. And it's much more different when you got meetings, or you go for this thing to that thing, or you're dealing with clients, or a phone call comes in, all that kind of stuff, then when you're actually able to just sit down and work on the code. Like many times, and this is why I think a virtual reality desktop would be awesome. And I know I've talked about this before too. I want one of those HTC Vive things, but I don't want to play a game. I just want to be able to put there and then be in my office, and not an office like with chairs and all the the trappings of an office and a phone, right? But just like something completely like a unique work experience where you could tune the rest of the world out and work on what you're working on and create new things. Software development, and I've said it many times before, is different than other things because we create something out of nothing. And a lot of times we spend on really obscure little minor problems, like I've got this loop that's not optimized, or I've got this, this, like I said, a memory crash thing I had the other day. Right, we're just so involved in it, and the time just flies by, where even though we're sitting in the office, even when I'm sitting in the office, I'm not actually here. I'm there. My mind is someplace else, and I think those are the best kind of jobs I have. So, but I've also had other jobs where I sat in an office and they've had nothing for me to do, and you're just watching the clock go by, and it just could be really, really difficult. So, Let me know what you guys think. Who out there likes working in an office environment? Because I think if I didn't have the code, it's different in your own office, but I don't think I'm really that partial to working in an office either. But it's different when you're, it's different when it's your own office and you have lots to do and you're creating new things. And hopefully we have that good environment here. I think I need to work on that. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. That's it for today. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.